I'd like to spend some time talking about logical operators. Um, Logical operators are the double ampersand, that means and the two vertical bars, that means or. A logical operator joins two tests together. So take a look here. If, here's one test, x is less than 10, here's another test, y is greater than 100. If both x is less than 10 and y is greater than 100, if both those are true, then this overall if statement is true. If either one of these is false, then the overall if statement is false. If I were to use the logical operator or, just one of these two tests needs to be true in order for the overall if statement to be true. Sometimes you can use a logical operator and maybe replace the nested if statements. Remember the employed and college graduate question? Are you employed? Yes or no, or Y or N goes into EMP, and are you a college graduate goes into grad. Instead of using nested ifs, you could say if EMP is equal to Y and grad is equal to Y, if both these are true, I qualify for the loan. If either one of these fails, the else kicks in, no loan, must be employed in a college graduate. Now this can be used instead of the nested if statements. The one drawback to this is if the test fails and I display this message, I'm not being very specific. The nested if statements allow you to be extremely specific if the guy doesn't get the loan. Now, let me also say this. The best use of logical operators are to test to see if a value is within or outside a given range. Let's take a look at the following code here. Let's ask for a value to be entered from 0 to 100, and it goes into num. If num is less than 0 or num is greater than 100, if either one of those is true, I have bad data. And I say this is an invalid entry. Else, that means I have good data and I would continue on with the processing. So what I'm really doing here is I am making sure the data I get here is valid. Another way to write this would be enter a value from 0 to 100, goes into num. If num is greater than 0 and num is less than or equal to 100, I have good data and I would continue on with whatever processing I would like. Else, if this test fails, else this is an invalid entry. And I would say basically I use the logical operators and or really to test to verify how valid my data is.